After 60, there are 5 subtle habits that quietly destroy a woman's value in a man's eyes without her even realizing it. Ladies, have you ever wondered why, despite your best efforts, you start feeling unnoticed or unappreciated in your relationship? Sometimes the habits we develop, often unconsciously, can gradually erode our value in the eyes of the people we care about, especially in a romantic relationship. And the truth is, even the strongest, most confident women can fall into these traps without realizing it. After 60, when life begins to slow down and priorities shift, these subtle habits can become even more powerful, quietly shaping how you feel about yourself and how your partner sees you. Welcome back to Journey After 60. In today's video, we'll explore 5 ugly habits that, without you even noticing, can slowly kill your value in a man's eyes. These are not big, obvious mistakes. They're small, subtle habits that creep in over time. The most dangerous part, you might not even be aware that you're doing them. But don't worry. Once you recognize these habits, you can take control and start reversing them, so you can reignite that spark and ensure that your relationship remains as strong and fulfilling as it should be. Before we dive in, make sure to hit like and subscribe to my channel so we can continue exploring the complexities of love and life after 60, with all the wisdom and grace you've earned over the years. Now, let's uncover the first habit that's silently damaging your relationship. It might surprise you, and it could be the key to bringing your best self back to the forefront of your love life. Number 1. Losing yourself in the name of love. When I look back at my younger years, I remember deeply believing that the way to keep a man's love was by giving and giving without end. I would send thoughtful messages, cook his favorite meals, and rearrange my day so he never felt neglected. Back then, I thought it was kindness. I thought it was love. And in some ways it was. But underneath it all, there was a silent fear. I was afraid that if I didn't give enough, he might leave. For a while, it felt like devotion, but gradually I began to notice a shift. He stopped trying. He no longer reached out in the same way, and what once felt like a partnership began to feel one-sided. The emptiness of that realization weighed heavier than I could ever put into words. It took me years to understand that men, like all of us, tend to value what they have to invest in, not what is effortlessly handed to them. By giving too much too soon, I thought I was creating closeness. But in reality, I was taking away the space where his effort and pursuit could grow. Instead of allowing him to rise towards me, I built a ladder and climbed down to meet him. And with that, I robbed both of us of something precious, the natural balance of giving and receiving, the very thing that makes love exciting, vibrant, and lasting. I know many women at my age have felt the same way. Perhaps you find yourself drained from pouring all your energy into someone who seems to never reciprocate. Maybe you stay up late waiting for a call, plan your day around his mood, or give piece after piece of yourself, hoping it will make him stay. If you've ever felt that quiet ache, know this: you are not alone. So many of us have walked this path, thinking we're proving our worth, while all along we were losing it. The lesson I eventually learned is this: love built on overgiving cannot last. Love thrives when it is balanced, when both hearts bring something to the relationship. True love doesn't stem from fear, it comes from abundance. It's not about emptying yourself to keep someone near. It's about sharing the overflow of your joy, peace, and spirit. When giving comes from that place, it nurtures both souls instead of draining one. So now, when I look back, I smile gently at the woman I once was. She loved deeply and meant well, but she hadn't yet understood her own worth. Life, with its patient wisdom, taught me that true love doesn't require us to prove anything. It simply asks us to show up as ourselves, whole and grounded. Once I accepted that truth, everything about how I gave and received love began to change. And yet, losing yourself isn't the only quiet way love can turn against you. Sometimes it happens when you make one person your entire world. Number 2. When a man becomes your entire world. Love, at any age, can still make your heart flutter like it did in your 20s. A warm glance, a well-timed word of concern. Sometimes that's all it takes to make the longest day feel lighter. But strangely, the deeper we love, the more we can forget the boundary between living with someone and living for someone. When your world revolves entirely around a man, all the joys, interests, and passions that once made you feel alive begin to fade into silence. You stop meeting friends, stop doing the things you once loved, stop giving time to yourself. Then, one day, when you look in the mirror, you realize the woman staring back isn't who you used to be, but someone living solely in the world of someone else. The truth is, a mature man doesn't seek worship. He doesn't want to be the center of someone's life. What he needs is a partner, a woman who still has her own life, her own joys, passions, and light. That is what inspires him, what allows him to share rather than carrying the burden of being someone's only source of happiness. The most beautiful love isn't about total sacrifice, it's about harmony. It blossoms when two complete souls meet, each with their own world, yet together they make that world even more beautiful. When a woman retains her laughter, her passions, and her peace of mind, she not only nurtures herself, but also keeps the love vibrant and enduring. Love doesn't ask us to lose ourselves. It asks us to learn how to love while staying true to who we are. When you keep living, dreaming, and cherishing each moment of your own life, the man beside you will feel the gentle, magnetic energy that no age can dull. And if today, as you listen to these words, you're reminded of someone, maybe a friend, a sister, or even yourself from years ago, someone who loved too much and forgot themselves, consider this a gentle reminder. Come back to yourself, because your world deserves more than just a man. If you've ever experienced this feeling or have a thought you'd like to share, leave a comment below. Who knows, your story might be the encouragement another woman needs to hear. After years of giving too much and losing ourselves, it's natural to crave reassurance. But when that craving turns into a constant need, it quietly chips away at the confidence and peace we've worked so hard to rebuild. Number 3. The trap of constantly seeking reassurance. There are moments in life when you sit silently in a familiar room, the ticking of the clock echoing in your ears, and suddenly you feel lost. A call that doesn't come, a message left unanswered, or just the distant gaze of the person beside you. These small things can stir up deep insecurities. At this age, we no longer hold on to anger like we did in our youth, but our hearts still crave something simple: to feel that we matter, that we are needed, and that we are still important to someone. In these moments, we softly ask, "Are you still okay? Are we still all right?" As if trying to cling to a spark of warmth in the growing distance. But beneath these words, there's a deeper whisper. Am I still good enough to be loved? At first, seeking reassurance may seem harmless. Who among us doesn't want to hear those warm words, to feel that we are still in someone's heart? But over time, when every silence leaves us uneasy, when every pause turns into worry, the relationship begins to shift. What once felt like love starts to feel like an invisible pressure. No longer is it peaceful. Instead, it becomes an undercurrent of anxiety. And gradually, the closeness we long to preserve becomes something we lose. This is not a sign of weakness. It's a reflection of an unhealed gap within. When we base our self-worth on the reactions of others, peace becomes fragile. No matter how many times they say, "I love you," that feeling of security quickly fades, leaving behind the same unresolved insecurities. The older we get, the more we understand. What keeps a man around is not endless questioning or seeking reassurance. It is inner calm. It is when a woman knows and trusts her own worth, quietly, without the need to prove anything, yet radiating a presence that others want to be near. This quiet strength doesn't come overnight. It is built over the years, from the wounds we've healed, from the times we've learned to rise after loneliness. And then we realize a gentle truth. No one can reassure us forever except ourselves. When a woman truly believes in her own value, she no longer seeks affirmation from others. Her gaze becomes lighter, her smile brings peace. Her presence itself is reassurance, for herself and for those around her. At 60, love is no longer about grand promises, but the calmness of sitting together in silence, knowing you are still loved, still whole. And perhaps that is the most beautiful reassurance of all, when there's no need to ask anymore, because you already know you are loved and you are enough. Once we learn to find peace within, the next lesson life teaches us is how to protect that peace by holding on to our standards and boundaries even when love tempts us to let them go. Number 4. Letting go of standards and boundaries. There's a quiet danger in confusing love with endless compromise. Many women, in the name of peace, choose silence over standing up for themselves. At first, it seems harmless, avoiding an argument here, keeping a calm evening there. But over time, each silence becomes a moment of self-neglect. And bit by bit, that silence steals your pride and dims the light in your eyes. One day, when looking in the mirror, you suddenly realize the woman looking back at you isn't the same person you once were. The smile is still there, but something has shifted. It's not that you've stopped loving, it's that in the effort to preserve love, you've quietly swept aside your own needs, feelings, and voice. Nothing erodes self-respect faster than pretending you don't feel something. In truth, boundaries are not walls, but doors. They gently say, "This is how I wish to be treated, and this is something I cannot accept." A man who truly values you will not shy away from those standards. He will listen, try to adjust, and sometimes he will grow because of them. But if someone turns away when you show your boundaries, maybe he never intended to stay. Walking away in such cases is not loss, it's an act of self-love. The power of boundaries isn't in the loudness of your voice or your rigidity, but in the consistent calm with which you stand. When a woman knows her worth, she doesn't need to prove anything. Her presence naturally carries a quiet strength, the kind that commands respect and inspires peace. Holding boundaries has never been easy, especially when the heart still loves. But every time you stand up for yourself, you learn to respect yourself more deeply. And when you respect yourself, love is no longer limited, it's protected. For only when both people can be their true selves can love truly remain. If you've ever been silent to keep the peace, ever compromised so much you lost yourself, share your feelings in the comments. Perhaps your story will help another woman realize that sometimes loving yourself is the key to lasting love. Standing firm in your boundaries is powerful, but there's something even deeper. Remembering that your worth doesn't rise or fall with someone's love, attention, or approval. Number 5. Forgetting that your value is constant. There's a subtle trap that many women fall into, especially after a lifetime of giving to others. Believing their worth depends on how others treat them. When we're loved, we feel radiant. When we're neglected, we feel small. Gradually, the gaze, the voice, the attention of a man becomes the mirror of our own self-image. But that mirror is fragile. A single cold breeze can shatter it. In reality, a woman's value never changes. It's there, quiet, yet steadfast, like the stars in the night sky. Whether noticed or ignored, they shine just the same. And so our light doesn't depend on who sees it. It comes from within, from the years we've endured, the kindness we've given, and the peace we've learned through loss. The turning point comes when a woman realizes that she doesn't need anyone's validation to feel enough. In that moment, the fear of rejection fades, and the worry about being chosen ebbs away. She loves, but she doesn't lose herself in it. She gives, but she keeps her self-respect and dignity intact. A woman who knows her worth no longer chases promises, no longer clings to anyone's gaze to know she's deserving. Her calm, confidence, and warmth become the light that leads her and those around her forward. For the true value of a woman isn't a question waiting for someone to answer, but a quiet truth she carries with her throughout her life. And when she realizes that, she walks softly but with unwavering strength, as if she's finally returned to herself. As we navigate through life and love, we must recognize that certain habits, although subtle, can gradually diminish our self-worth in the eyes of those we care about most. It's important to be aware of how easy it is to lose ourselves in the pursuit of love, validation, and peace in a relationship. From losing your own identity in the name of love, to constantly seeking reassurance, to compromising your boundaries, these small actions can create cracks in the foundation of your relationship and ultimately in your own sense of self. But the beauty of life after 60 is that it brings wisdom, clarity, and the strength to realize that your value is constant. Your worth isn't defined by someone else's validation, nor is it something that should be bargained for in a relationship. True love doesn't ask you to lose yourself. It empowers you to remain whole and grounded. By reclaiming your boundaries, prioritizing your own well-being, and embracing your inherent worth, you'll find that love can flourish, not out of desperation, but out of mutual respect, admiration, and balance. Remember, you are deserving of love without sacrificing who you are. Thank you for joining me in today's video. If any of these habits resonate with you, or if you've experienced something similar, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue this conversation and support each other in embracing our true worth. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more insights on love, life, and personal growth after 60. See you in the next video.